Okay.
Good afternoon, one and all. Ourselves, Yashvita and Prahashita from EC Department, SVEC. We all gathered here as a part of Impact Lecture Session 2 on the lecture of Startup and Funding by Shri T. Vigneshwaran Garu, organized by IIC Institutions Innovation Cell of Sri Venkateshwara Engineering College, Tirupati, supported by Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell, Government of India. Sri Venkateshwara Engineering College was established in 2009 based on the firm belief that education, especially higher education, which provides a clinical pathway to leadership development, economic progress, social, political equality among the students. Here, the students are the first priority and they are empowered to achieve professional and personal success. They are providing comprehensive education experiences, critical thinking, and encouraging lifelong learning. A briefing about IIC. IIC Institutions Innovation Council was started in the year 2018 in our college, which was being supported by Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell, Government of India. Through the cell, we have many hackathons and projects we were conducting. It also helped the students to build the entrepreneurship skills.
Good afternoon. Myself Praharshita is from ECE Department SVEC. Now let me introduce today's session speaker Shri T. Vigneshwaran Sir, the founder and the Chief Executive Officer of Nanda Infotech, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. Nanda Infotech is a software development and web design company. Sri Vigneshwaran Sir started this company and running successfully 6+ years in the field of software development and training. He trained more than 1 lakh students, which includes 35 students from international community. He is the first person in the world to create 153 web applications developed in 10 hours by an individual, and this record acknowledged by Universal Achievers Book of Records, Future Kalam's Book of Records. Vigneshwaran Sir is skilled and expertise in programming languages like PHP, HTML5, Java, Python, .NET, JS, and he is certified as a .NET programmer by Microsoft in March 2014 and certified as a Big Data Analyst by Big Data University in the same year. Vigneshwaran Sir breaks the world record as a technical trainer where he trained 28 school students for creating 220 chatbots in 90 minutes and 535 students for creating 2,855 static websites in 2 hours. He was honored with a special award, Tannambika Sigaram, by Success Awards 2019. Sir has conducted research on big data analysis using cloud, SQL query analysis and security precaution technique for database administrator, effective using of OBD in automobiles, etc. Sir worked as CEO at Imer Electronic Solution Limited, IT head at Paramount Autobase Solutions, project manager at Coulike Private Limited. Now let us have some brief discussion about the session. In this session, we will learn how to value startups like a venture capital. As we all know, valuing any company is not easy. And of all, a startup company is not a joke. It is not a surprise that entrepreneurs and investors struggle with valuation. So in this session, we look how funding and valuation techniques works for a startup company. I request Sri Vigneshwaran sir to take over the session. Sir, please.
Good afternoon, all. Happy noon to all. Uh, Thanks for this opportunity to be a speaker in this particular impact lecture series. Uh, I want this session to be a more interactive one. I don't want a simple presentations in this particular thing. So I want this session to be more interactive. Whenever I ask a question to you guys, just I want you people to share your thoughts, your answers in a chat bot, or else you can unmute yourself to answer the questions. Okay. First question: how many of you are really interested in your own startup? How many of you are interested in your own startup? Okay, one. Only one person raise your hand. Okay, two. Okay, fine. Okay, let me start with my own simple slides. I have only a few slides for you guys, so we can start with that and then we can move on to one next thing. Okay, as I said, how many of you are interested in a startup? When I ask this particular question, you people are just think, okay, what is a startup and what are all the things we are going to use it. But I have a simple question. Today I'm going to explain you about two things. One is about a startup, which means an entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial skills, how to frame your company. Because when I start this company, I don't have that much experience into an entrepreneurship. I don't know how to frame a company. I don't know how to start a simple SME or MSME company and how to make a proposal to a client. And these are all the things. But for this last 7 8 years, we have learned so many things. How to interact with them and how we are going to make the things with the proper compliances. Okay, let me start with the thing. First, I will start with the thing. First, who am I? And myself, Vignesh, I'm a founder and CEO of Nanda Infotech. It's a company located in Coimbatore, and also we have our operations in Hyderabad too. Okay, I'm into this particular entrepreneurship. I'm a passionate entrepreneur for the last 8 years. From 2013 onwards, I'm into this particular field, and then I have did the world records, and these were I received a honorary doctorate from Tamil University, and then I have trained more than 1 lakh candidates on this particular files. That means a technical training. Okay, let me start with a simple question. What is a startup? What does a startup mean for? What does a startup mean for? Guys, as I said, I want you people to interact with me, then only we can move on. We can earn some knowledge from this particular session. Otherwise, it will be a simple presentation session alone. New business with new thoughts. Okay, fine. Any other answers to starting something new? Okay, fine. Okay, whenever I ask this question to student community, you people will have a doubt on what is a startup. As you said, as you people are making something called in a chatbot, you are making a simple new business with the new thoughts and start something new. It's not about a new thoughts on a new business. It's all about a solution. It's all about a solution. Before briefing to a startup, to start a startup things, now we should have some entrepreneurial skills. What does it mean, entrepreneurship? What does it mean, entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurs. Who are an entrepreneur here? What is an entrepreneurship? What is an entrepreneurship? Since this particular word is some fuzzy word, whenever you hear this particular one, you may come across with 100 butterflies. Okay, I want to become an entrepreneur. I want to make something new to this particular community or society. But one big question to all the startups, because nowadays in last 3 years, India is making so many startup companies. Each and every sector making its own presence into a new startups. Okay, that means who is an entrepreneur here? I want to differentiate the two things. One is an entrepreneur and another one is a businessman. uh, who is an entrepreneur and who is a businessman here? Later part I will get how to make a minimal viable product, and then how to pitch into investors, how to make a own pitch desk, and what are all the things it should contain, like that we will have. But before the things, main part in this particular session was, I want you people to get to know what is an entrepreneurship. Businessman, non-particular plan or a business model to create employability. Oh, sorry, I didn't notice that it was muted. Okay, starting and running a own business, a businessman with no particular plan. Okay, business is a self growth. Okay, actually this particular startup, as an entrepreneur, in the sense entrepreneur are a person, those who are going to provide some solution for a problem, whether it might be $1 million problem, or it might be a single rupee problem. It's not about the size or a volume you are going to provide to a solution. It's about a proper solution to a problem. Okay, as everyone knows, this entrepreneurship, uh, because how many? Because when I have asked a question, out of 55, only few people have raised your hands. There are so many doubts. Okay, whether you want to become an entrepreneur or else you want to go around the clock job. Okay, suppose if you are choosing a round the clock job, which one is a job and a business, what you would do to do? For example, if you guys want to be a simple person who can get into office on morning 8 o'clock and step out from their office morning 6 o'clock, with by this routine work, with doesn't make some sense to an engineering graduate, because there are so many people are in this particular industry to do the things. But as a startup, as you are going to make yourself involved in something, providing a solution to this particular problem that makes sense to a nation. I usually use this particular sentence. Entrepreneurship is not about a single person. It's a national responsibility. Whenever we want to become an entrepreneur, we are uplifting our companies. We are also uplifting our nation towards the next level. Since we are providing opportunities to another employees, and then we are providing some solutions to a day-to-day problem. Okay, what how to start? Okay, initially I have an idea, I want to become an entrepreneur. Okay, I'm going to start my own startup. Okay, let us consider what you want to start, because each and every one has an idea. Because without idea no one is here. Suppose if you step out from your college, just simply on the roads, you can able to point a person, what is your idea, he may come across with some hundreds of idea. But the fact, how we are going to implement that particular idea, on which pattern we are going to make use of it. Okay, suppose in this particular session you people, only 5 people have raised their hand. Okay, do you have any idea? Here itself we will validate, and I will give you suggestions on how to make your own startup into a functional one. Do you have any idea on it? Do you have any business plan, or do you have any idea to prototype model, or any growth related ideas? Whatever you have, just let me know the things, so I can help you out. How, because I want this session to be more interactive, so that we can easily learn many things. As I said, I want the session to be more interactive, so do you have any idea to start? Guys, I want you people to come out with an ideas. Because I will show you some mail frames, so you can notice the things. Okay. First, we should, whenever you're going to plan for a startup, we should keep in mind how we are going to start, and which domain we are going to select. First we need to more keen on the domain which we are going to provide solution, and then on which manner we are going to provide. That means how. Okay, whenever you are going to start anything, just ask 3 things: how you are going to do, what you are going to do, and then most important question, and then most important thing whenever you're going to plan for a startup, how you guys are going to get benefited. Because nowadays each and everyone is doing something, but at last the result is nothing. So we should plan a result oriented startup. Okay, first thing, each and everyone will have an idea, but we have to validate that idea. To validate that idea, we have so many platforms. How many of you understand a business model canvas here? How many of you know the business model canvas here? Business model canvas. Does anyone use that for evaluating the things? I will show you the things. Just a minute, I'm loading it. Okay, we are very new to this. No, okay, fine. I'm going to show you how to evaluate your own idea, and how to make use of this particular business model canvas. Because when I started with this particular company in 2014, I don't know what is meant by BMC, business model canvas, and what is meant by lean model canvas. But because of not knowing that particular models, we have wasted 2 more years. Till 2016, till that particular 2016, we couldn't able to earn something. I mean, we couldn't able to succeed, and then we couldn't able to progress into a next level. So later on, our business consultants and ourselves make something, okay, where we are lagging and what we need to do in the sense. Later we analyze, and later only we came to know, because of an experience, okay, we have to this particular business manual canvas to evaluate our own idea. Suppose if you're going to provide any service related software or any service sector or any manufacturing sector, whatever it is, okay, irrespective of any field, this particular business canvas model will help us. Okay, I will show you the business model canvas so we can easily learn what it is. Okay, this is what BMC, business model canvas. Suppose when you people are applying for a startup, just download this particular BMC model from the internet. Ask yourself first question: who is your customer segment? To whom you are going to start your own startup? For my for my case, I have started the company for a person, those who want to digitalize their products to minimalist to within a minimalistic effort without changing anything into their working environment. Okay, that means who are looking for the software solutions are my customer segment. Okay, these are all the key aspects. First, we should know that who is our customer segment for whom we are making our own product or a service. Second important thing, how best we are providing our solution to them, and most important thing, what is the value proportion? Value proportion is nothing but why should a customer to come here? What is the solution you are going to provide to them? We have to keep in mind that. Third one, revenue stream. Actually, this is a model you can easily download it from the internet, but these are all the numbers. You should fill this particular form in this manner only. First, you should identify the customer segment, and then a value proportion, and then a revenue, and then fourth thing, how you are going to approach them. And then this particular customer relationship is the most underrated industry in this particular era. Why? In the sense, because we are providing some service, we are selling some products, but after sales, how the customer is the end user, how we are going to communicate with them, what is the outcome of our own product, we never heard from this. For example, whenever the class finished now, we used to hear about a feedback. That means, okay, because of your feedback, okay, we need to change this, we need to change that like that we can analyze. Without having a feedback, how could I able to change my sessions, and how could I able to change the way I'm going to present something? And then key activities what we are going to do. For example, for a software business, I'm going to develop websites, mobile apps, and then augmented reality, virtual reality, IoT application. These are all the things I'm going to, these are all the key activities: development and design, as well as in a training. These are all the three activities. What is the resource I have? Resource in the sense, I have a skilled people with us, I have a team of employees, those who can able to make the things for a customer. And then whom I'm going to partner with. That means, okay, I have started a company. I need to provide some server and websites to domains for them. I don't own a company of hosting. Okay, I used to connect with a GoDaddy or a Hosting Raja or a Fat Cow or whatever it is hosting, and then I have ISQ solutions from Canada. These are all the key partners of us. Okay, and then cost structure. Most of the startups fail on their own cost structure because they never narrow down their own expenses and income. They never know how to handle the proper money. Because suppose if five people are working in 5 months, you're earning something or 5 lakhs or of 10 lakhs. Okay, that means, okay, 5 lakh. At the end of the day, you're earning 10 lakhs. But when you check back, we never thought, okay, it's a 5 people salary for a 5 months. If you're going to make a 20,000 per candidate, 5 people's, it will be per a lakh per month. 5 months it's going to be around 5 lakhs, and then the operational cost, and then the maintenance cost, whatever the things. If you're going to cross check the things, nothing will be in your hand. That means we have to be keen on two things: cost structure and revenue stream. Cost structure and revenue stream, these are all the important facts we should keep in mind when we are making some startup. Okay, another important fact, as I ask you guys, anyone have a plan into their own startup? Anyone having a plan to start your own startup? Does anyone have a plan? Okay, I'm going to share my mistakes where I have made some blender mistakes. This particular journey, this 8 years to 9 years of a journey is entirely we have, because I'm not from a managerial background. I'm a first graduate from my family. And then I'm new to this particular field. I don't know how to start a firm, how to run the particular firm in a successful manner, and how to manage a failure, because these are all the things I learned by the days. Okay, first of all, when I started the company in 2014, for the first 6 months, I couldn't able to get a single customer. I couldn't able to get a single customer for my company. Okay, because I'm a developer. I'm a website developer. I'm a big data analyst. I can able to analyze your data. I can provide some solution for your own business in a smart way. But that and all they don't need. That and all they don't need. They need what is there? I don't know, because I have something. One of the biggest problem in a startups, they build products and then sell to a customers. Never do that again. Why? In the sense, look for a customer and build a product what they are looking for, and what they are looking for. Otherwise, create a demand. Otherwise, do a product based on a demand. Suppose if you guys are really interested into a startup, first analyze to whom you are developing a product, and then whether they are really in need of that particular product. Then only you people can easily make the things into a successful one. Otherwise, like us, like myself, you guys will lose the 6 months to 8 months in your career. Okay, in 2014, I have started a company, and first 6 months I don't able to get a single customer. Okay, as I started a company in 2014, okay, in Coimbatore, it was around the office space was around 1,400, I think, on the day. 1,400 square feet. It will be costing around 30,000 per month. There are 7 employees in there and 3 more friends in there. Total a team of 10 people. Each I'm spending 10,000, I think, on that particular time. But that means 30,000 will be my rent, and 1 lakh will be my salaries, and the operational cost might be another 30 or 30,000 per month. It should be average at 2 lakhs per month. I need to spend 2 lakhs per month. As I said, I'm a first graduate from my family. I don't have a, because we people are coming from a rural background. I don't have that much money backup with me. For starting this particular company, I worked as a tourist guide and then earn money. I worked as a BDMs and something else. Then only, okay, because of that particular savings, I have started that thing. When in the early stage as a startup, I don't know how to make a proper approach to the customer. Then we realize, okay, that means it won't suit for another 3 months. Okay, we what we do it in the sense, okay, what is the need of the heart? We analyze what is the issue in this thing, why people are not accepting our product, even though we are too good in developing a website and mobile applications, web applications. At initial days, they never accept this particular company. Why? I'm new to the company. They don't know whether I'm liable, whether I'm really capable of doing the things or not. Okay. Later part, we started showcasing the things. Okay, this is what we are doing. This is what we are. This is what we. I'm an engineering graduate. Okay, I'm initial days. I got okay. Sir, I'm an engineering graduate. I have completed my BTech IT, and one of my friend has completed a ECE and Triple E. We have a core team. I will complete the project. That customer said, I have a lakhs and lakhs of engineers around me. I have a lakhs and lakhs of engineers around me. They can also develop. They can also deliver a product. how best you are, in which manner I'm going to provide you that particular product. They ask the simple that question. That was the first question which sparked something in our thing. Okay, later we change our own pattern. Okay, we never get into our customers, we start approaching their problem. Instead of this is the product, purchase it from them, I'm ready to develop a website for you. Instead of that, we approach the customers with their own problem. Okay, like that. For example, we get into a supermarket, and on 2014, we get into a supermarket. Like we ask, okay, you have apartments here, you have surrounded with the 3 to 5 apartments here. Why you are asking each and everyone to step into your supermarket and make it crowded? Why you are making this? Or instead of that, we give you a solution. We don't need any commercial commitment. Okay, we give you a solution, e-commerce application. Ask your customers to buy the product from the website, from the mobile applications. They did. Instead of getting money from them, I ask, give me a 3 referrals. Give me a 3 referrals. They referred. I got another supermarket from there. And then one car decker there. And then this is how we have evolved from a thing. If I get some money for my job, that would be a single commitment. Okay, I have did something for them, they are paying me. Like that, their workers are doing. Instead of that, I use their problem as my trump card to evaluate something into a next level. So what we did in the sense, like that, when you people are planning for a startup, concentrate on a problem or concentrate on a issue where you could able to provide some solution to that particular company. From that particular part, we started, okay, we understand the mantra, don't sell a product, sell a solution for the problem. Still date, we don't have any product with our company. We are a turnkey solution providers. We don't have any specific product, because if I'm going to develop some product now, I have to run behind the product. Okay, I have to sell the product, I have to make subscriptions, I have to increase the customer base. Instead of that, we focus on others problem. What is your problem? Okay, I'm ready to provide you a solution for your problem. Suppose if you're managing your garage, it is a hectic issue for managing a garage. If you are a garage owner, with the bay of 6 to 7 individual bays, it would be most complicated thing to managing technicians in a bay. That means a garage area, because we need to understand the scrap, you need to understand what kind of oil they are using, you need to understand whether they have changed the parts or not. Okay, instead of that, we approached Mahindra and provide, sir, we are ready to provide you a virtual garage management system that could able to track each and every pain points, what are the things you are going to accessing through in your base work area. That means the startup is nothing but any number of people can start a startup, but the successful startup depends on how you are approaching your own solution, how you are providing your own solution, as well as how you are approaching that in a different manner. Okay, next important thing, okay, about something called funding, right? Pitching investors, venture capitals. Till date, our company is a bootstrapped one. We don't rise for a hand, we don't rise for money. But sorry, if till 2021 February, we don't raise any money. But in 2021 March, we presented our own sensor in a IIT. We got a grant, we meet the startup grant from a IIT Sri City. From a IIT Sri City. What we have done it for that particular thing. How to approach? Why I'm not approaching into a VCs, and why I'm not hesitated to get into a venture capitals like angel investors, native leads here, whatever it is. First important fact: people never invest on your own product. As I said, investors will invest on whether they will invest on a company I have a question to you guys, whether they will invest on a company, whether they will invest on a company. Okay. Suppose if you are an investor, I'm approaching you. Let me consider your friend starting some business. Okay, whether you will really provide some amount for them. I think they invest on the idea we present. As I said in the beginning of the class itself, the idea is not about an idea. Actually, idea. Suppose if when you step out, a simple example, when you are stepping out from your college or stepping out from your home, when you are stepping out from your street, just randomly ask any stranger, do you have any idea? He will come out with a 10 or 15 ideas. He or she may have hundreds of ideas with them. The part, the major thing is how we are implementing that particular idea into a real time. That's a $1 million question here. Investors never invest on a company, they invest on your own solution which you are going to provide for that problem. That's why I keen on providing this particular solution. That's why if you decode this particular session entirely, now I have pointed insisting you guys to build some solution. Okay, how to find a problem? What will be your USP? As I said, I have showcased you a business model canvas here. Uh, that will be something called USP. What is my USP in the sense? Unique selling point. Okay, what is the unique selling point of Ola? What they did? Ola is there, Uber is there, and then we have so many startups. Last 3 to 5 years, you guys can easily list n number of startups are providing some solutions only. Okay, instead of owning your own car, or instead of owning your own cab, you can rent a car. Like that, you can rent a two-wheeler, whatever. You can do anything. Like, for example, what is mean? So I ask you, anyone in here in this particular forum are ready to do a startup? If you are interested in doing a startup, do you have any idea on it? Do you have any idea on it? Anyone having an idea here? As I said in the earlier beginning of the session itself, you guys will have hundreds of idea, but at present no one is sharing it in a chat. Do you have any ideas to start your own startup? Yes, Dr. Dilip Kumar. Suppose if you guys have an idea, just list that particular idea. Okay. Here I'm going to provide you a how to sustain in a market. How to sustain in a market as a startup. And then I will explain you how to create a great page. How to sustain in a market. Sustainability in startups. Sustainability in startups. How to sustain in a market? Do you have any guess on how to sustain in a market? Because today's market is one of the worst thing. Because suppose if you're going to start your own startup here with an innovative idea, okay, I have one important question. What is maybe innovation here? innovation, innovation, innovation is there, invention is there. What is the difference between innovation and invention? What is the difference between innovation and invention? What is the difference between innovation and invention? Fine tuning the existing is innovation. Something new, feature adding in an existing is innovation. Invention, invention is totally new. Okay, here we have around a, okay, innovation means newly developing a product. Okay, here we have around a 40 or 50 people right here. Okay, I have a question to you. Can anyone list any innovation or invention which is totally new to the world? It was the new invention like that. Does anyone have identify something like a new things? No, it don't have any existence in the previous manner. I don't have any things. Flying, actually, aeroplane is the aeroplane. Before that, we have an aeroplane, airplanes, aircrafts, whatever it is. Uh, Instead of a planes, we are having a flying cars. It's not. It's in a prototype model only. Radio, hands. What is it? Sensor hand sanitizer. Okay, sensor based water tap is already there. Instead of water, we are using a sanitizing liquid. TV. Last 10 years, I'm asking. Last 10 years, 15 years. Let me take a radio bird which looks like similar to a real bird. Sorry, robot bird. Which helps the other. Okay, mobile phones is there. Okay, like that. To sustain in a market, to sustain in a market, we should develop something. We should develop something what they are looking for. What they are looking for. Okay, I'm getting into a thing called digital entrepreneurship. That means that digital, nowadays we peoples don't need to have a physical office or because each and every one is depending on a digital. Cryptocurrencies are one of the most important thing in these years. They are developing like such anything. Okay, to make a MVP, that's called a minimal viable product. Okay, suppose if you guys are planning to build a car, that means you don't need to build from the thing. For example, first day I'm going to build some wheel here, and then I will place a two wheels here, and then I will create some chassis for that, and then I will create a product. This is not a right way to develop your own product. Minimal viable product is nothing but day one itself, the product could be useful for someone. It could be useful for someone. Suppose if you, as I said, skateboard is there, another cycle is there, and then motorcycle is there, and then the car. Each and every stages, na, each and every stages we are using that. That's called a minimal viable product. We don't need the overnight. We couldn't able to develop something called suppose if we couldn't able to develop a rocket, or we couldn't able to make some rocket science to do things, we will start with simple and simplest form to deliver, and they might use this particular one into their day-to-day life. Okay. We have so many entrepreneur names. Serial entrepreneur is there, and then serial entrepreneur is there, social entrepreneur is there, digital entrepreneur is there, and then we have agripreneur is there. Uh, okay. I have one important question to all: whether we are whether India is ready to develop, ready to make, ready to sustain, or whatever it is, whether the India is ready to into a startup culture, or we are developing only CEOs. Can you name any 10 successful startups in India? Any 10 successful startups from India? Zomato, Swiggy, okay, Patanjali from India. Why? I'm asking from India. Misho, Oyo Hotels, Upgrade. Okay. Can you name the CEO names? Can you name a CEOs, for example, successful in the sense Saramana Stores, Flipkart, Misho, Oyo Hotel? As I said, you have mentioned the startup names here, na? These startups are evolved around the 10 years, within the 10 years alone, within 10 years only. Suppose if I'm asking to you guys to list the CEO names, you can easily list n number of CEOs from India, Indian origin. Since we last 7 to 10 years, our Indian government has started implementing and encouraging the startups to do their own job. We have n number of options to get funds. Suppose if you have an idea, some government sponsored incubations are there. They will evaluate your own idea, and then they will provide your grant. It might be a 2 lakhs or of 3 lakhs or 5 lakhs. It's depend on your own idea. Okay, what I have done in this sense, okay, I have an idea, and then I have developed a product in the sense, we have a successful stages. First ideate, and then we have to evaluate, and then we have to complete a POC, that's called a proof of concept, and then we have to develop a proto, and then we have to go to a product. This is what we have to develop the things, right? Okay, okay, fine. First of all, I have a simple thing. One is a, this is a digital business map. These are all the e-commerce. We have something ads, we have peer-to-peer, we have, and then freemium is the new model in nowadays digital environments. We are using everything for a free. Google, Facebook, whatever it is, we are using the things. And then how these people are earning money, how they are sustaining themselves, and how they are growing, like anything, any other industry. Suppose let me consider, we are using Google Maps for a free, Google YouTube for a free, Google search, and then Google Drive, Gmail, whatever. We have n number of solutions from a Google. Each and every sector we are using as a free of cost. But only out of 100, only 30 to 50 people are using a paid premium oriented things from a Google. How these guys are earning money? How these guys are earning money? Ads, okay, whether they earn only from ads because of the business model. First, we should, whenever we have an idea, we should use that particular idea into a good and fruitful manner. Then only we can able to make something out of that. For that particular purpose, we should evaluate the idea, and then suppose if you have an idea, we have to first initially we have to ideate, and then we have to evaluate the things. And then suppose it was an innovation, you are ready to be get funded from a government sector. We have a incubation forums for that particular thing. And then okay, I have a first level grant, I have an idea, I have an idea, that idea was evaluated by someone. Okay, it's you have granted with some 2 lakhs of money. Okay, and then I have evaluated an idea, I have a POC, that's called a proof of concept. I have an idea to develop an oxygen concentrator, and then now we have an oxygen concentrator prototype with us, and they are ready to fund for that prototype. Okay, you can go to a proto to product model, you can go to a proto to product model. This is how each and every areas we can able to, each and every point government will support us. Government will support us, not only a government, angel investors are there, native leads are there, something in VCs are, so many VCs are there. Yes, central government support and state government support are available to get. Suppose now we have Kavach program. We have created some oxygen concentrator for this particular COVID-19 pandemic situation. We have been we have applied for a DST funds, and at present we are into a final stage. We are already selected for a Kavach program by DST. Okay, and then one important question to you guys: whether each and every startup will succeed. Whether each and every startup will succeed. No. Okay. May be or may not be. Okay. The success rate of a startup is depend on which, I'm asking you guys, the success rate of a startup is depend on. For example, it may be depend on a person, it may be depend on a product, it may be depend on an idea. I'm asking you guys, the success rate of a startup is entirely depend on if they are having a high, right forecasting, they will success. Profit, user friendly. Whether our Indian, whether we people are really ready for a startup evolution here, because last 3 to 5 years, most probably after the COVID, there are so many e-commerce industries, because our company itself handling a 60 to 80% of customers only because of e-commerce. They are migrating their business into a digital form. They are migrating their business into a digital form. That's why I'm asking whether we are really ready to accept startups, because you guys are, most of them are not interested in developing your startup or creating your startup idea or into a making your own startup, right? I'm asking you people as a customer perspective, whether you guys will accept a startup for your own things. For example, if you guys are looking for some solution, whether you will go for a startup or will go for an MNCs or a well established company. I'm asking you a simple question, whether you are, suppose if you are looking for a solution, that solution could be provided by a startup, MNCs or established companies. To whom you are going to target? To whom you are going to target? Okay, sorry, it's muted. Okay. Okay, I got a only one. One is saying MNC and another one is an established entity. Okay, why we are not concentrating on startups? Because we have a mindset that those who are doing that particular job more than one is a money problem. Okay, fine. Okay, actually, the success of a startup is only when your startup will break this kind of an intention from a people. Okay, even though we are in a startup, that person will approach you, since whether they might be your friend or they might be some reference or whatever it is. Once your own startup success is entirely depend on the solution you are going to provide for that particular targeted audience. Without any hesitation, they will be a part of your own startup ecosystem. And then, as an in this particular, particularly in the entrepreneurship, the success is already, it's all about our own mindset alone. It's all about your own mindset alone. Why? In the sense, the entrepreneurship mindset itself a success. The entrepreneurship mindset itself and a success. Why? Because suppose if I ask a simple question in this particular forum, now we have 50 people. Whenever I have ask you a question, whom are all ready to be an entrepreneur, only a 3 or 5 people have raised your hand. That means you 5 peoples are already on the race in the entrepreneurship, since none of the 45 peoples have been participated in it. You are already participated. It's nothing about a position. You are already into a race. You don't need to urge yourself to complete the race. Don't need to make a comfortable run. Make a comfortable run. And then most important part in this particular, how to handle a failure. How we are going to handle a failure. Because even we have so many peoples, we have so many startups. They met with a failure and they totally dissolve that, and they are not yet into the industry. But we should know how to handle the failure. How to handle the failure. Handle the failure is nothing but we should make it as a lesson. We should learn from the things and how we are going to make use of the things and how we are going to implement our own idea. And then suppose one of the biggest problem, what is the as an entrepreneur, just consider yourself as an entrepreneur. What is the biggest problem to in your point of view? What will be the biggest problem? Any guess? I don't want you guys to be pinpointed like this is what the right or this is what wrong. I'm asking you a simple question. Consider yourself as an entrepreneur. Suppose what will be the major problem in failure? Whether it depend on an idea or it depend on a financial things or it depend on some other point. Okay, competition. Okay, fine. Plan. Okay, fine. Lack of publicity on work. Okay, another thing. Lack of passion. Yes. Major problem is money and idea. Okay, I will give you a simple thing. Because most of the guys are settled with money and then lack of passion, lack of publicity, plan, competition, commitment with other MNCs. Okay, let us consider. Suppose if you guys have a good fear of failure, exactly. This is what the major problem arise, because suppose if you guys said publicity is the thing, suppose if your product is good, there is no need of a publicity, it will automatically spread, word spread from the mouth. And then money, in terms of commercials, in terms of financials, nowadays we have a government forums, we have a incubations, we have an VCs, angel investors, everyone, everywhere. Suppose your idea was good, they can fund you. They can fund you like anything. You can able to get a minimum 50 lakhs to 1 crore, whatever it is. What is the need of? Suppose if you want to set a manufacturing plant, they are ready to support you with your idea. Suppose if your idea was good, then important thing, compliances, because we people never take risk. We people never take a risk because of fear of failure. As what is it? Sri Devi said, risk taking and Tej, fear of failure. These two things are most important factor in a startup. First, we should have a guts to face a failure. I'm ready to take a risk. Then only we can able to sustain in the market. Otherwise, we won't able to sustain in the market. As you said, competitors. Yes, in India, if you identified some interesting industry and you started working on it, in the second day you will get a competitor. In the very second day you will get a competitor. It's a truth. It's a truth, because we people have that mindset alone. We don't have that much. Okay, but whenever you are facing some competitors, you should run faster than you planned, and for that particular purpose you should have a clear plan. You should have a clear plan on what you are going to do. What you are going to do. Okay, and then I have seen. Okay, and then in this, this is my personal experience. I want to share it with another. I will close the session another 15 or 20 15 minutes. Okay. Uh, First of all, in this 9 years, one of the biggest mistake what I have made it in my entrepreneur career. Okay, I'm started thinking of overthinking. Okay, in the last few years, I want to do in the 6 months I want to earn things. Don't do the things. Okay, plan for it and work for today. Suppose in 2023 you want to become an Fortune 500 companies, then want to become that particular height, then you should work today. Plan accordingly for today's business, for today's work. Okay, today I'm going to concentrate on this thing. I'm building this particular product for another 50 years. And then one of the important thing, okay, we have created a product, but we don't have a market in India. That means even though we have created a product, it was a successful manner, it was created and it was running in a successful way, but I don't have a people to buy that particular product in India, since we are not that much evolved from our own technology. Own technology. In which evolution we are in? In which evolution we are in? Does anyone guess in which evolution we are in? Because there are so many fuzzy words: IoT, artificial intelligence, robotics, data science. What these are all some fuzzy words. In the last few years, we people are usually hearing, and we people can able to monitor something. Some ads are revolving around the social media. I have a one important question: which evolution we are in right now? Which evolution we are in right now? Technological. Not like that. Okay, actually, there is a term called Industries 4.0 is there, IoT is there, artificial intelligence is there, right? Robotics, no, not it. We are not into a robotic evolution here. Which evolution we are in right now? Just guess. Okay, I will list the evolutions where we have come from. Okay, first of all, I'm going to list from pre-internet and then post-internet. Pre-internet is nothing but without internet, we used to make a calls using a telephone lines or pages. After internet, we have internet connections. It's called the Internet of Content (IOC). Internet of Content is there, and then okay, instead of okay, why you are calling to my shop? You can check my website and you can buy it from there itself. That's called Internet of Service. Okay, previously what we are doing in the sense we will call for a shop, Anna, whether you have this particular doll or whether you have this particular product. Okay, I will come and pick it from that particular shop. This is what the pre-internet. Post-internet, what they did, okay, we are using www, that's called a domains, right? Okay, I have a shop, I have a nice designed website for me. Okay, suppose if you are looking for any data, you can check from website. Okay, if that particular data is available in website, then you will go to that particular shop. Okay, that was the internet of content. Later, why you are stepping into a shop and purchasing something, yeah, you are already analyzing it in the internet. You can also purchase it from there. Na? That's called Internet of Service. IOS, Internet of Service. Okay. First, initially, I have called and then I'm visualizing something in internet and then now I'm purchasing that. Okay, fine. Now I want to showcase this to my friend. Okay, come, let's go for a let's go and play some games. Why you are stepping out for playing games? Just simply sit on your home and you can enjoy PUBGs. That's called Internet of People. IOP. IOP. And then and one important thing, internet of things. Internet of things is nothing but okay, it's so hard, I need to switch on the fan. Why you are stepping why you are getting out from your bed and switching on your own AC? Simply sit on your bed, it itself, okay, according to environment temperature, it will automatically on the AC. Internet of things. And then another thing called internet of things. The next evolution is industries 4.0. Industries 4.0. That means the total automation. Now I'm asking you guys which evolution we are in right now. We Indian peoples are which evolution? Not yet. IoT is not yet available in India. Actually, because we people are not ready to implement that IoT in our each and every sector because we don't have that much internet facility in India. We are not in IoT. Previous thing we are in. Internet of people we are in. At present, only we are using a social medias. We are addicted to a social medias. Nowadays, without a Facebook or Instagram scroll, mm, our day couldn't able to complete. That's called internet of people. Okay, for this particular era, for if you guys are planning to do some device for an industries 4.0, it won't, you have to wait for 30 more years. If you guys are planning for develop a IoT based device, you have to wait for another 5 years, because most of the institutes or most of the smart homes, most of the metropolitan cities don't have a proper internet connections. And then okay, another important fact, just a minute. As I said, you guys are already a winner of your own race. Already You are a winner in your own race. Just you need to understand that particular thing. When you guys are planning for a startup or when you have an entrepreneurial mindset, you already are winner. Just you need to accept the thing. Okay, and then I have shown you and then one of the most important thing, you are the ultimate creator of your own destiny. So you have a white page here, you have to fill this with your own things. For example, you want to start your startup, you want to start get into industry related things, whether as I said, the innovation in your own startup is not depend on a volume or a size or a business you are going to do with that innovation. Even though if you are making a simple 1 rupee worth of innovation, it makes sense to the people, it should make some sense to the people. That's called as a startup. You don't need to make millions and crores of money in the things. Just you need to do a simple innovations and startup. There are so many people, there are so many ideas for that particular thing. You need to evaluate yourself with these kind of things. Business model canvas is there. And then one of the interesting fact, how to make your own pitch. How to make your own pitch. What is mean by pitch? What is mean by pitch? What is mean by pitch? Plan creating of own path. Okay, make a place for oneself. Suppose let me I'm asking you, just consider yourself, you are creating some products. Okay, you are creating some innovative product. I want you guys to make a pitch for that. What are all the things you will highlight? Later I will let you know what are all the things I need to highlight, but I want you guys to list what are all the things you will highlight on that particular pitch. I want you guys to come out with a simple thing. What are all the things you will highlight on a pitch deck for seeking a finance? You have how to present your own business model. I'm asking like that. What will be the, what are all the things you need to mention in it? Explanation of a product to investors. Okay, any other thing? Okay. I'm going to present what are all the things it should contain. It should contain. Okay. Okay. These are all the key slides. You should have it in your own pitch test. First one is the company's overview, and then and the first three slides are you are going to explain. You are going to portray yourself, and then most important thing, the fourth slide, problem. What is the problem you are going to solve? How you are going to solve, and what is the market opportunity, and what is your own product? Whom are all your customers, and what kind of a technology is it, and then who are all with the competition, what is your traction, how you make use of how you earn money, what is your business model here, and then how you are going to market your plan, how much you are looking for, and then the final thing, what you want. Okay. First, whenever you present something, it should have a clear thing, clear bulletins, that company overview, what it in it, and then go to a third slide. I'm sorry, fourth one. How big is the problem? For example, whether you are going to solve, I'm going to solve a water, I'm going to solve a irrigation in agriculture, I'm going to provide a proper solution for irrigation. That means you need to mention how much liters of water and what will be the impact on saving your water, and then why it is important, and then why should I solve, what is the use in it. These are all the impact. Suppose if you guys are really interested na, you need to answer the things. How big is the problem, how big is that particular problem, and then why it is so important here. Okay, and then most important thing, solution. Solution is nothing but whether you are going to provide a solution as a product or a subscription, whatever it is, whatever it is. This is what actually this particular solution in this particular slide. Now we should more keen on making some bulletins or what are all the information you're going to furnish in this particular site. We should have a keen on this particular point. Okay, and then the product is in this part. Suppose if you are going to provide some product, now what are all the key features of that particular product, and then one of the most important thing is there any add-ons need for that particular product. So as a startup now, when you are planning for building some product, don't add any third party things. It should need this particular product to work. Suppose if you are depending on a third party related things, now it won't succeed. And then market opportunity, define the market opportunity. For example, if I'm going to create, I'm creating a sensor for agricultural sector farmers, I have a wider opportunity, wider market, and then explain them with the values. Explain them with the values. Don't explain them with I'm doing this, I'm doing that. This much of volume of water I'm conserving, I'm resolving. Like, don't add those kind of things. Just make a crispy bulletins with the statistics, values, and then who are all your customers, who are your customers. Okay, in this part, as a everyone will have a keen. Okay, whether we are going to mention all the technology things, if you are going to make it as an open, somebody will easily replicate the product. Not like that. Just this particular part, just you need to provide a highlight. As in the your earlier in your morning class itself, you have learned something na, intellectual property rights. You have to go for that particular things, and then competitor, and then competitors. These are all the important facts you would mention. For example, who are all your competitor company, how many years they are into this particular field, how best you are going to manage in delivering these kind of products to them, in which manner you are going to differ from them. These are all the things you need to mention it. And then traction. Suppose you have already make something. Traction is nothing but I have already completed this testing, this is already validated here, this is already approved by this particular company, we are using this for so many years, I have this testimonials. Like that you can able to add it in a traction. And then business model, how you are earning money, how you are earning money with the help of this particular startup or a product. You need to mention it. For example, suppose I'm going to make a money with the subscriptions, monthly. Suppose if I'm going to provide a DTH product, they have to say they have to pay me each and every month as a subscription. SaaS model, nowadays SaaS model will work a lot. And then marketing plan. Marketing is nothing but nowadays each and every one depend on a digital media. So we need to concentrate on social medias in a digital format. We need to market it as it in the plan. Okay, and then the most important thing, financials. Financial is nothing but we have to provide a clear projection. Most probably, kindly connect with your any of auditing person. Don't do a financial projection at your own, because we guys are engineers. We don't do financial projections at in a crystal clear manner. So, as a startup, first you should understand, as a startup owner and entrepreneur, you should understand, you should get done that work with that respective experts alone. Don't want to be an expert in all the fields. Don't want to be an expert in all fields. And then final question, if you have any questions, for example, any investors you have already have, for example, how much amount you have invested, and for example, how much amount you are looking for, and these are all the things you need to mention. This is the major part you should uh, share to your own financial persons, and then you have to present it to get an investors and financial related aspects. Suppose this will be same for an any voucher programs or any grant related activities. One of the most important part, it's not about how you are making your own startup. It's all about how you are living with your own products, living with your it's all about a passion. It's passion towards your own startup and how you are making these things succeed in your next level. uh, with this particular presentation, I'm going to conclude the things. If you guys have any doubts, just let me know. I will clear that and we will close the session. Do you have any doubts?
Do you have any doubts? Please post it in our chat box.
From your own experience, how do you feel that the startup will be a very growing one in India? Carrying any positive attitude
Your
from
voice
the
is not.
experience?
Yes, your voice is not audible. It's something, some visual things.
Okay, okay. Because you have a long experience in entrepreneurship. From your experience, have you some positive thinking that India will become a hub for these startups and entrepreneurship?
Definitely, because in the last 3 years, this particular COVID situation, also in this particular pandemic, uh, instead of even though so many companies are shutting their operations in India, but more than a 70 to 50 percentage of companies are apart from shutting down the operations, there are so many startups started their operations in a variety of fields, even agriculture things, augmented and virtual reality. We have so many startups. India is now becoming a startup hub. Most probably, in another 5 or 10 years, we will be having so many IPOs. As you people know, recently one of company from Tamil Nadu, they announced an IPO. Freshworks here. They have pipeline of so many companies in here also.
Okay, due to this corona, many startups, people have suffered a lot. Government has come to the support financially.
Yes, actually, so many startups have suffered in this particular COVID pandemic situation. But the startups, those who are approaching government sectors for as a incubations, as like they are incubated there, government not yet stepped down to concentrate on a startup economy, but they are encouraging the startups owners and startup peoples to submit their ideas. They are providing the funds for to making the products and solutions. But for this particular situation, most of the startups are sustained in this pandemic situation.
Is there any association that how many startups are there in Tamil Nadu? Is there any database? Is there a collaboration? And if there is any problem or approaching government, like that?
Yes, we have so many association. Association is not in as like in a North India, we don't have a specific forum to connect these associations. There are several incubation forums in there. For example, Agriculture University recently, last 3 years back, they have opened 7 incubation sectors around Tamil Nadu. And then Meet the Startup Grant they have in the Sri City, Andhra itself. And then we have agriculture, NABARD Bank is providing some incubation for them. And then ICARI, they have norms for everything. Uh, Here we have a ED, Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India is there. Most of the EDA is, these incubations are connected with the EDA alone. Suppose if you are looking for any statistic related to a startup, we can easily approach to a EDE or MSME ministries also we have supporting them.
Okay.
Any other queries? Hope this particular session was somewhat useful to them. Uh,
Sir, what is the area that you suggest students to get in now, sir?
there is no specific area to be nominated for students to go on this particular thing, since as an entrepreneurship they have to think and they have to know this is what their strength, they can start their own, because we have a wider opportunity. Anyone can able to start any kind of a forum. If it's not necessary to start an engineer should start an engineering based company. Most of the company, those who are working in engineering sector, don't have a, their startup owners are not into engineering graduates. They know how to get a work from engineers alone. It's not restrict them, but I personally, because of my particular experience in this particular years, I can suggest them now agriculture. Techno agriculture is not that much open exploded by someone, and augmented and virtual reality is an emerging one.
Yeah, Yashashwini, present the vote of thanks, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My oath of thanks. I feel elated to be part of this session. My special thanks to Sri Vigneshwaran Garu, the speaker of today's session, management and principal of Sri Venkateshwara Engineering Colleges, IAC members of SVEC, all HODs and faculty of SVEC for being part of a session, student coordinators for coordinating the session, students and staff for being joined the session. Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Sir, thank you very much, sir,
Okay, thank you.
for this thought-provoking session. And I'll call you, sir, slightly later after this session.
Okay, okay,
Thank
okay,
you,
guys.
sir.
Okay,
Yes.
thanks for your time. Hope this session was somewhat useful. I will share my details in the chat. If suppose if anyone looking for it, you can connect me through anything.
Thank
Okay,
you,
so
sir.
thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.